Disick is addicted to the weight loss medication Ozempic, and it's far worse than we could have ever imagined. Scott Disick appears to have received a weight loss wake-up call and has finally decided to seek help for his Ozempic use after shocking fans and leaving loved ones fearing for his health over his dramatic weight loss. The reality star, who shares 3 children with his ex Kourtney Kardashian, had fans startled and worried over his very lean frame and gaunt face after what appears to be significant weight loss, as rumors swirl that he takes Ozempic. Fans were concerned his gaunt appearance was a result of an undisclosed illness or maybe even illegal substance use, but sources said that he was using Ozempic in a desperate bid to get rid of his dad bod. Now, an insider anonymously said that public concern for Disick's health has made him reconsider the weight loss medication, which another source previously alleged he was taking. Now, they said in a statement, Scott recognized that he needed to stop taking Ozempic after seeing the photos of himself and the public outcry over his weight loss. They continued to say he thought he looked good because he was thinner again, not realizing that this was not healthy. They added on to say Scott has been incredibly attractive and fit his entire life and is not having the best time accepting that age is catching up with him. Now, the unnamed source claimed that Disick is now working with a nutritionist in order to maintain his physical health, but not balloon up to the size that he was. Now, Scott reportedly had turned to Ozempic in an attempt to just manage his weight after piling on the pounds from a back injury following a car crash in 2022. Fans voiced concern when he was pictured looking noticeably thinner. Scott's well-being became a topic of conversation following an episode of The Kardashians. He was seemingly surprised to learn that his weight loss medication made a cameo on The Kardashians. Now, on the episode, Khloe Kardashian is sitting at home with Kendall Jenner when they call Scott to share a bit of news. Khloe says on a FaceTime call, "Did you see from the show? Did you see what's in your fridge?" A very confused looking Scott replies, "No." However, it doesn't actually take long for him to catch on to what Khloe was subtly trying to say. Now, Khloe and Kendall laugh out loud at his misfortune as he learns the weight loss medication, clearly visible, has made it into a scene in their show and onto the internet. Now, it's basically everywhere, Khloe says. Scott then admitted that he had gained, a lot of weight because of his back. Scott, who lost his parents in 2013 and 2014, has also openly struggled with substance dependency and alcoholism in the past. He was hospitalized for alcohol poisoning in June 2020, and prior to that, he had a near fatal OD in 2014 after he took almost an entire bottle of sleeping aids following a wild night out drinking and partying. He was eventually convinced to enter rehab for a month-long stay by his then, ex-girlfriend Kourtney Kardashian. Like a genie in a bottle, Ozempic in a pen has made our girl Christina Aguilera almost unrecognizable with her recent transformation. Christina Aguilera has shocked her longtime fans after appearing completely unrecognizable in a new photo shoot. The 44-year-old, who has been rumored to have used Ozempic, covered Carsey magazine with a new look following her drastic weight loss. Now, in one image, the beautiful singer sat cross-legged in a chair while wearing a very flimsy gold mini dress. Her blonde hair was kind of tousled and she had smoky eye makeup on. Now, while the shoot drew a lot of praise, many initially failed to recognize that Christina was the subject. One concerned fan said, "Why does she have a different face every time we see her?" With another person saying, "How is she Benjamin buttoning? I've always been such a huge Christina fan, and it's been so nice to see her look so happy, healthy, and thriving lately, and this shoot is so gorgeous." And in case you don't know, the term Benjamin buttoning is in reference to the film Benjamin Button with Brad Pitt, where he kind of ages backwards due to a weird medical condition. It's really long as heck, but worth a watch if you haven't seen it yet. Now, although she has not directly responded to Ozempic rumors, Christina recently remarked that she no longer feels the need to give a F about the public scrutiny on her body. Speaking about her early years in the music industry, Christina told Glamour magazine that, music bosses were unhappy when she gained weight in her 20s and said that they basically preferred her as a skinny teenager. Now, Christina said in the cover interview, "When you're a teenager, you have a very different body than when you're in your 20s. I started to fill out, and then, that was unacceptable because it was like, oh, she's getting thicker. Then I had industry people say they liked your body and how you were as a skinny teenager." The star's weight has fluctuated a lot over the years, with her recently sparking rumors of Ozempic use after, kind of debuting a 50-pound weight loss. She previously said she hated being super skinny and had started embracing and loving her new curves. curves. Christina shocked fans again recently when she flaunted her dramatic new physical transformation when she walked the red carpet at the Airbnb 2025 summer release event. The pop star stunned in a very glamorous white dress, highlighting her shockingly small figure as she joined her longtime fiance, Matthew Rutler, at the event in Los Angeles. Now, Christina's appearance comes after she left fans chattering online earlier this month over rumors that she might have undergone plastic surgery on her face to achieve her transformed appearance. She was previously rumored to have gotten a breast augmentation after displaying a scar under her arm, which is a commonplace for, the surgical incision. Now, in October of last year, multiple plastic surgeons who had actually not treated her spoke about her seemingly transformed appearance, suggesting that she may have undergone a facelift to sculpt her cheekbones and smooth the natural lines between her nose and lips. Honestly, work done or not, but probably yes, plus Ozempic. Either way, to me at least, she looks very good. Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne has denied ever using Ozempic in her life, but that hasn't stopped rumors claiming she has used it for weight loss in recent months. Last May, when speaking to People magazine, she said, "I just have to clarify, I've never taken Ozempic. I don't know what Ozempic does to you other than what I saw it do to my mom." She nevertheless called it a miracle substance when in the right hands, saying if you needed to lose some weight, who cares how you do it as long as you're doing it in a healthy way. She said she has taken different peptides and vitamins and has her own weight loss journey. Kelly has previously said she lost 85 pounds after gastric bypass surgery in 2020 and also lost weight after becoming a mother to her son Sydney in 2022. Fans are not convinced though that she hasn't tried Ozempic or other weight loss medication and are asking her to just come clean already. Christina Aguilera. The internet called Christina Aguilera a genie on Ozempic as fans have been claiming her appearance changed dramatically in recent years, and Ozempic is likely to be the reason. Now, the singer has faced constant speculation about using Ozempic and has never directly addressed using any kind of GLP-1 medication, but she slammed the constant obsession over her weight as it changed over her decades-long career. She actually told Glamour magazine, saying when you're a teenager, you have a very different body than when you're in your 20s. After her body started to fill out, people found it unacceptable that she was getting, thicker. Now, fans are still convinced that she's using Ozempic and are wondering when she'll finally just admit it. Ariana Grande's skeletal appearance has triggered health concerns amongst fans over the last year. Many even question whether she was relying on the weight loss jabs for her slim, slender appearance. The singer recently grew emotional when asked how she copes with the constant criticism about her appearance and beauty standards. Now, she said in a statement, "I've been kind of doing this, in front of the public for a long time," describing herself as a specimen in like a petri dish since, the age of 16 or 17. She continued to say, "I have heard it all," and then asked if fans would stop commenting on her body, and even said that the body she's in now is healthier than the one people are comparing her to of the past. Now, despite her asking people to lay off of her when it comes to her body and health, fans and critics are still wondering if she's okay and if, it's Ozempic to blame for her extremely thin physique. Katy Perry. Rumors about Katy Perry using Ozempic have been rampant in recent months. One social media user made a comment after Katy's most recent onstage performance, saying she's definitely taking Ozempic. Now, in the same time, she addressed her biceps, which were going around the internet, and said she actually hates working out. She said, "I love to dance, swim, and do things that don't feel like working out." The singer herself poked fun at Ozempic rumors during her 40th birthday bash last October to her friends who joined her for the birthday celebration. She gave out goodie bags that included an empty mini syringe that was diamondized with the word Ozempic KP. Well, that sealed the deal for most of her fans who assumed that she was on it. Most took that as a clear indication that she is. Shay Mooney appears to be on Ozempic. The Dan and Shay musician revealed that he'd lost 50 pounds in 5 months. The country crooner cited eating clean, cutting out alcohol, and walking 7 miles a day, and some weightlifting as the secrets to his success. On his Instagram stories, he wrote, "I completely changed my lifestyle and I've never felt better physically, mentally, and spiritually." But others aren't so convinced, and based off the quickness in which he lost, many are saying Ozempic has struck again. David Harbour dropped a whopping 80 pounds. The Stranger Things actor revealed that he dropped 80 pounds for his role in season 4 of Stranger Things. He said, "I don't think I'll ever do that again. I have this Santa Claus movie coming out for Universal in December and I gained it all back." Randy Jackson lost an astounding 114 pounds. Now, the former American Idol judge had a major transformation, and his weight has fluctuated over the years, with many speculating surgery or medication. Now, Randy has said otherwise though. In a statement made, he once said, "You have to change the way you think about food. You have to almost have a complete divorce breakup and start back bit by bit and find out the things that work with your body." Ross Matthews dropped 50 pounds. The RuPaul's Drag Race judge unveiled his very impressive weight loss a couple years ago and actually shocked fans everywhere. On Instagram, he said, "Breaking the pattern. 50 pounds down today from my height in early June when I decided to reclaim my health after my mom passed away." Now, after photos taken by paparazzi surfaced showing his very dramatic weight loss, it started to circulate. Now, many people questioned whether or not he had some help from you-know-who. Adrienne Bailon lost 20 pounds rather quickly. Now, the former Cheetah Girls star opened up about how staying committed to her wellness journey actually helped her through the time that we had that global health crisis. Now, she said on Instagram, "During this time, more than ever, staying healthy is at the top of my mind. I'm constantly reminding myself that the greatest form of self-love is self-discipline." Now, the only thing is that based off some photos captured by the paparazzi, it seemed more like she lost the weight with help from Ozempic rather than, the so-called healthy habits that she preached about. Missy Elliott dropped 30 pounds and aged backwards. Now, Elliott flaunted her new body on Instagram and said, "Proud to say it's been 4 months and I've only drank water, no other juices or soda, and I cut out bread, and Lord knows that's been the hardest for me." The rapper, who looks fantastic now, though her weight has fluctuated a bit, not only showed off a slimmed down figure, she also said her new diet helped her skin glow and made her feel less sluggish. Now, her comment section was filled with people saying things like, "Wow, the power of Ozempic has striked again." She hasn't confirmed or denied the rumors, but based off the fact that she's been on the heavier side her whole life and suddenly got really slim, it has people believing it's the GLP-1 medication to blame for that.
Fans are worried for Sharon Osbourne as she continues to get thinner and thinner and look more sick every time she steps out of the house. But this all has to do with her taking Ozempic. Now, Sharon is one of the few stars who's actually been open and honest about taking Ozempic, and I mean, though, if she didn't tell us, we'd be able to figure it out because her look is so drastic. In a November 2023 interview with Daily Mail, Sharon revealed that she spent months using Ozempic. "I started on Ozempic last December and I've been off it for a while now, but my warning is don't give it to teenagers, it's just too easy. You can lose so much weight and it's easy to become addicted to that, which is very dangerous." Then, in August 2023, Sharon explained why she decided to take Ozempic on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast. She said, "You have a weight problem and you've tried everything, and then somebody says take this injection and you're going to be skinny," she said. Then, in September 2023, she opened up about her history with her weight fluctuation in an interview with E! "In my life, the heaviest I was 230 pounds, and now I'm under 100. And I want to maintain at about 105 because I'm too skinny, but I'm trying to have a healthy balance," she told the publication. Now, it's been reported that she lost a total of 42 pounds and counting while on Ozempic. Now, while she doesn't regret taking the medication, she now wants to focus on maintaining a healthy weight instead of going from one extreme to the other, which I think is honestly a great idea. Now, unfortunately, one of the side effects of taking the medication is what people are calling Ozempic face, where your face gets smaller and looks hollow and gaunt. Now, this is exactly what has happened with Sharon, and it's actually quite disturbing. Now, typically Ozempic is meant to be taken long term, but Sharon stopped taking the medication after a year because she couldn't stop losing weight. "I'm too gaunt and I can't put any weight on. I want to because I feel I'm too skinny. I didn't want to get this thin, it just happened," she shared on Piers Morgan's Uncensored. Now, during a 2024 podcast with Howie Mandel, she explained why she wanted to be open about her weight loss journey in the first place. She said, "It's not a sin to use Ozempic if you have a weight problem, so why not talk about it? And when Howie asked if the weight loss medication was a positive experience for her, Sharon was honest, replying yes and no. I can't put on any weight now, and I don't know what it's done to my metabolism, but I can't seem to put any on because I think I went too far, she said. Now, it seems like Sharon might have made a mistake with the weight loss medication, and she'll have to be very careful taking care of her health in the upcoming years. But she has said, "I finally become more accepting of my body, my looks. I'm through with the weight loss and all that cosmetic stuff." So maybe she really will become healthy and make sure that her health is taken care of.
She once told us she liked totally Kyle. Now it's totally Ozempic. Amanda Bynes is dropping pounds and picking up prescriptions. Amanda Bynes is beginning a new chapter. The former Nickelodeon star revealed she is trying out a GLP-1 medication, which is a class of meds primarily used to manage type 2 diabetes and obesity. She's hoping to achieve her weight loss goal of losing 40 pounds. She posted a video to social media. In it, she said, "I'm 173 pounds now, so I hope to get down to 130, which would be awesome." According to the 39-year-old, her main motivation was so that she'll look better in paparazzi pictures and you won't see her double chin from strange angles, which, like, honestly, that's kind of heartbreaking. Not I'm doing it to feel better about myself, but I'm doing it so paparazzi photos look better. Let that sink in for a quick minute. She then added on to say, "I will post about my Ozempic journey, of course." Now, Ozempic isn't the only new thing though. She recently got another tattoo. In a May 18th TikTok video, she said, "My best friend Dylan and I have been best friends for 10 years, and to mark our best friend anniversary, we got matching Roman numeral X's for the number 10. She continued to say, "I got it on my finger, Dylan got it on her ribcage." And 1 month prior to getting her new ink, the actress announced she would be launching an account on OnlyFans, which is largely known for hosting NSFW photos and videos that charges a subscription fee of $50 a month. However, she made it clear that her content would remain family friendly. She wrote on her Instagram stories in April saying, "Disclaimer, I'm doing OnlyFans to chat with my fans through DMs. I won't be posting any sleazy content." Amanda has come a long way since her child star days, and along with graduating from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in 2019 and ending her conservatorship in 2022 after nearly 9 years, she has since decided to pursue more schooling to become a manicurist, following a brief stint hosting her own podcast. She wrote on her Instagram stories back in December in regards to that podcast, saying, "The first episode of my podcast did really well. I was actually surprised and of course was going to keep going after friends encouraged me to. But after thinking about it though, I would rather get my manicurist license and have a consistent job. I'm going to follow that path instead. Thank you for following my journey." Amanda Bynes revealed in March 2024 that her mental health struggles had impacted her weight. Bynes shared on her Instagram stories that she had gained over 20 pounds over several months from being depressed. She wrote, "I'm doing a lot better now and have learned to do opposite action when I don't feel like working out or eating clean." Well, like many other celebrities who have tried and tried again and again to lose weight and keep it off, she's also made the decision now to go on Ozempic. You gotta respect her transparency though, right? I mean, almost every other celebrity has either denied taking it, still refuses to admit that they took it, or are currently on it, or they're simply just staying silent and not confirming nor denying. Amanda is giving off a very IDGAF attitude about it all, and that's commendable. Gone too far, and it's a shame because these celebrities have not only ruined their lives, but also their faces with Ozempic. Let's kick things off with Scott Disick, once known for his sarcastic charm and tailored blazers. Scott recently popped up looking like a cross between a skeleton and a Saint Laurent mannequin. Fans were shook, like, is he okay type of shook. Now, rumors swirled that he was on Ozempic, and whether that's true or not, he definitely dropped pounds fast, and not in a healthy way. Sources close to him said he's been struggling with injuries, pain meds, and appetite loss. Jessica Simpson, she's been open about her weight struggles over the many years, but in recent photos, people couldn't stop talking about how drastically her face had changed. Cheekbones that could basically slice bread, lips that suddenly looked 3 sizes bigger, and not from fillers. Fans thought she looked more like a Bratz doll than the girl who couldn't figure out, tuna versus chicken. Some accused her of taking Ozempic. She denied it, but let's be real, that extreme transformation didn't exactly scream, balanced diet and Pilates. It screams something injectable and possibly very expensive. Sharon Osbourne. She actually admitted to using Ozempic, and spoiler alert, she hated it. She dropped 42 pounds in less than a year and then basically said never again. Sharon described herself as looking too gaunt and even warned others not to make the same mistake. The woman who used to fear nothing, not reality TV producers, not wild dogs, not even Simon Cowell, was now terrified of the way Ozempic had changed her body. She said she couldn't put the weight back on even if she wanted to. That's not a diet, that's a curse. Robbie Williams, he joked he's on something like Ozempic, but didn't specify what. He's lost a ton of weight, but in his own words, he looks like a refugee from a concentration camp. That's his words, literally not mine. He said he used to be overweight and hairy, and now he's underweight and hairless. Again, those are his words. His vibe went from rock star to haunted Victorian butler real fast. The fans love the music, but the sunken cheeks, yeah, not so much. John Goodman, the king of dad sitcoms. Remember him from Roseanne? Well, he showed up looking almost unrecognizable. He lost over 100 pounds, and although he credits portion control and walking, everyone in Hollywood side-eyed the transformation and whispered, Ozempic. Goodman looked thinner, sure, but also very tired, distant, and maybe a little like he missed bread. Fans were supportive, but low-key worried he might have traded his jolly energy for something a little bit more, let's just say, medicated. Here's the thing, Ozempic might be Hollywood's worst kept secret, but when weight loss turns into health scares, facial collapse, or total loss of personality, it's no longer a flex. It's a flashing neon sign that reads, maybe this isn't the shortcut you thought it was. Nikki Glaser has openly admitted to taking Ozempic to aid in her weight loss journey, and she has nothing but love for it. Nikki Glaser put herself in the hot seat after sharing several throwback images of herself from 2009 to show how much she and her career has changed in the past 16 years. She posted 2 photos, one showing her first appearance on The Tonight Show in 2009 and her latest appearance on The Tonight Show in March of 2025. When asked about Ozempic, she said, oh, I love it. I'm like, do it. I have no judgment. Glaser then shared that that the shame that those feel in taking the jab for weight loss only comes from thin people who want you to stay fat, adding they are so mad that users are getting trim because that's all they have. Well, she looks good, and if she likes it, I love it. Post Malone stunned his fans with his dramatic weight loss transformation, causing people to believe that he must be on Ozempic due to the rate at which he lost a ton of weight. Amid the rumors, he opened up about his weight loss journey and revealed how he made a subtle change to his diet and, as a result, shed nearly 60 pounds. He claimed that he did not turn to weight loss medication, but instead changed his diet to go from 240 pounds to 185. Fans aren't convinced, but he looks great. Barbie Ferreira, known for her role as Kat Hernandez in Euphoria, has undergone a very dramatic weight loss transformation that left her fans shocked. Many stated that she looked unrecognizable in recent photos. Now, her change led to speculation that Ferreira may have used Ozempic, with one user lamenting that the medication had a chokehold on the entire industry. While Barbie has historically avoided discussing her size publicly, she opened up 4 years ago about her struggles with mental health, which included anxiety, depression, binge eating, and body image issues. Jesse Plemons' weight loss journey began roughly around the same time the Ozempic fad took over showbiz. But the actor said the secret to his weight loss wasn't any GLP-1 medication, it was intermittent fasting. Now, he said, it's really unfortunate that I decided to get healthy when everyone decided to take Ozempic. He continued to say, it doesn't matter, everyone's going to think I took Ozempic anyways. The Civil War star said he heard about intermittent fasting from several people and said he just gave it a go and was surprised at how quickly it was effective. But fans aren't buying his fasting explanation, but to each their own. He looks happy and that's all that matters, right? Serena Williams had the internet screaming Ozempic when she flaunted her recent postpartum weight loss journey. A comment on her Instagram post from someone said, somehow, now that she's retired, she looks more in shape than she did when she played. Can somebody say Ozempic? Fans interjected and said at the time, this is ridiculous, it's called working out, maybe try it. You literally see her running all the time. Last year, the tennis icon said she lost 10 pounds after she stopped breastfeeding. Ozempic or not, she seems to be loving this new era era, and we are here for it.
While Kelly Osbourne hasn't admitted to using Ozempic, it's pretty clear that she has, as she's lost so much weight. Not to mention, she's gone on raving about the medication, saying, "I think it's amazing. There are a million ways to lose weight. Why not do it through something that isn't as boring as working out? People hate on it because they want to do it, and the people who hate on it the most are the people who are secretly doing it or pissed off that they can't afford it," she said. Now, Kelly's mom Sharon has been very open about the fact that she's used Ozempic and lost a lot of weight in the past. Now, I'm sure Sharon gave her daughter the medication and convinced her to do it, whether Kelly wants to admit it or not. Now, Oprah has finally come clean about using Ozempic after she denied using it. Oprah is known for being a weight loss guru, as she was the face of the popular weight loss brand Weight Watchers. Suddenly though, Oprah lost a lot of weight and stepped away from Weight Watchers. This made people think that she stopped using the program and had something else to help her lose the weight. And those people were right, as she admitted to using a weight loss medication. Oprah explained that she used it as a tool to manage not yo-yoing. The fact that there's medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like relief, like redemption, like a gift, and not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for, she said. Now, Rebel Wilson slimmed down quite quickly and fans took notice. She eventually admitted to using a weight loss medication to get her to her goals. She told the Sunday Times that she embarked on a journey to lose weight when a doctor told her it'd be beneficial for IVF. While she no longer takes Ozempic, she previously combined it with exercise, a high-protein, low-sugar diet, and examining her relationship with food with a doctor. Now, she went on to claim that everyone in her life told her not to go on Ozempic except for her mother, who she ended up listening to. And Kelly Clarkson has also admitted to using a weight loss medication to achieve her weight loss. While she never named the medication, it seems to be some variant of Ozempic. Now, Kelly got candid about her health journey during an episode of The Kelly Clarkson Show, where Whoopi Goldberg shared her experience with weight loss medication. With that, Kelly chimed in with her own experience, as she told Whoopi and her audience that she hadn't planned on sharing this side of her life, but admitted that she was prescribed a weight loss medication after troubling blood work. She added, "Mine is a different one than people assume, but I ended up having to do that too." Now, it's shocking that Kelly admitted to using medication to help her lose weight, because previously she said she lost weight thanks to a renewed active lifestyle in New York City and a protein-healthy diet, but now she's finally come clean. Sharon Osbourne has been very open about the fact that she lost 40-something pounds while taking Ozempic, but now she's complaining that even though she stopped taking the medication, she can't keep any weight on. It seems like every public appearance we see of the star, she's getting smaller and thinner and even more fragile. Speaking about her weight, she said, "The heaviest I was 230 pounds, and now I'm under 100, and I want to maintain at about 105 because I'm too skinny, but I'm trying to have a healthy balance," she said. Now, it seems like she hasn't found that yet, though. Meghan Trainor has noticeably gotten smaller, with fans mistaking the star for Paris Hilton. Now, people thought she was on a weight loss medication, and Meghan finally confirmed it in March 2025 on Instagram. She explained that Mounjaro was partially responsible for her new figure. "I've been on a journey to be the healthiest, strongest version of myself for my kids and for me," she captioned the post. "I've worked with a dietitian, made huge lifestyle changes, started exercising with a trainer, and yes, I use science and support, shout out to Mounjaro, to help me after my second pregnancy. I'm so glad I did that because I feel great." Kelly Clarkson fans were raising alarms as they noticed the star was thinning down quite quickly. Kelly first addressed rumors of using weight loss medication, saying that since she moved to New York, she was walking more, and that was the result of her body transformation. But some fans were not too convinced of this. Eventually, in May 2024, she said on her show, "Mine is different than people assume. Everybody thinks it's Ozempic. It's not. It's something else. But it's something that aids in helping break down sugar. Obviously, my body doesn't do it right," she said, adding that she once weighed 203 pounds at 5 foot 3 inches tall. Whoopi Goldberg revealed that she started using weight loss injections around 2022 after a woman thought she was wearing a fat suit in one of her films. Now, it wasn't a fat suit, Whoopi was just 300 pounds at the time. She said, "I'm doing that wonderful shot that works for folks who need some help, and it's been really good for me." She revealed her weight loss had been so successful that she'd lost the body weight of 2 people. Then in 2024, she said her weight loss had been aided by Mounjaro injections. "And one of the things that helped me drop the weight is Mounjaro. That's what I used," she said. And Robbie Williams is another star whose look has completely changed after using the weight loss medication. He revealed in an interview in 2023 that he lost more than 25 pounds. He said in an interview, "Babe, I'm on Ozempic." Well, something like Ozempic is like a Christmas miracle. He added later, "In 1997, I won Arse of the Year. I was very proud of it. And then due to Ozempic, I then lost my arse." Now, Robbie also suffers from Ozempic face as it slimmed down and at times makes him look gaunt. Scott Disick had a lot of people concerned over him as he appeared to be dropping weight rapidly. Now, he didn't look well as his face appeared to be sunken in and gaunt. Now, people were worried that he might have been taking substances and not taking care of himself. I mean, even during an episode of The Kardashians, Kris Jenner told Scott how worried she was about his recent appearance. But then it was accidentally revealed that Scott was taking weight loss medication, and that was the reason for his drastic body transformation. During a clip of the show with his fridge open, you can spot the medication. He went on to say, "I've gained a lot of weight here because of my back," he told Khloe and Chris, who were visiting his house at the time and checking out his eating habits. Now, in an October 2023 episode, Scott admitted to being barely mobile, telling Khloe, "Since the car accident, everything has changed. I haven't been able to run around, I've gained weight." But has he now gone too far now? Is this another addiction? Elon Musk said Ozempic made him fit, ripped, and healthy. Now, back in November, a side-by-side comparison showing how much weight Elon lost in recent months went viral online, and it left many wondering if he had undergone weight loss surgery. Now, he addressed the rumors via Twitter, and he insisted he had not gone under the knife. Elon said he lost almost 30 pounds while taking the medication Ozempic. A fan on Twitter asked what the secret was to his new slimmed down appearance. "You've lost a ton of weight, Elon. Keep up the fantastic work." To which Elon replied saying down 30 pounds. And when asked what made the most difference, he said fasting plus Ozempic/Wegovy and no tasty food near me. Then there's Fat Joe, except he doesn't really live up to his name anymore because he's lost so much weight. Now, Fat Joe admitted that he used Ozempic to help shed a whopping 200 pounds in an interview with Us Weekly shared on October 14th, 2024. Ozempic says you may only have 2 pieces of your favorite stuff, he told the outlet. Now, Fat Joe said that he's also focused on portion control and learning how to eat in moderation. During an appearance on the Today Show in August 2023, comedian Tracy Morgan admitted that he takes Ozempic. "Ozempic did great by me and I was glad to use it. I take Ozempic every Thursday," he said. "It cuts my appetite in half. Now I only eat half a bag of Doritos." Now, as for his gym routine, he added, "I get up at 7 every morning and I'm in the gym at 10, then I go back to sleep. That's my life," he said. Now, it seems like he's been taking good care of himself, although in an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Morgan joked that he learned to out-eat Ozempic and gained 40 pounds from it. Now, he later clarified that this was a joke and that the medication was actually helping him lose weight.
Billionaires, Botox, and bodies so skinny you could floss with them. Welcome to the Ozempic Olympics, hosted live from Jeff Bezos' very, very exclusive wedding. Hollywood's elite emerged in Venice for the 3-day wedding extravaganza of Amazon mogul Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, with a cluster of snatched waists drawing attention and fueling Ozempic speculation. Photographs and clips of the event showed a bustle of activity as various A-listers boarded boats and water taxis. Now, some some OTT and daring the photographers, while others try to keep a very low profile. Among them were the likes of Oprah Winfrey, dressed for the season and showing skin, alongside her friend Gayle King, also sporting a very defined middle. Now, the talk show queen has not been shy to share about her reliance on weight loss medication. She admitted in 2023 that she'd been using weight loss medication in conjunction with a very holistic approach, which included dieting and exercise. Now, the Kardashians were sure to put on a show, with Khloe and Kim striking a pose for Kris Jenner and basically everybody else with a camera. Kim, who has denied having plastic surgery, showed off her curves and a very defined waist in a figure-hugging snake print dress. Khloe, unlike her older sister, admitted to getting surgery, albeit for a scar left behind by a tumor removal, but she denies using Ozempic. Now, the rest of the family, Kendall, Kylie, and Kris Jenner, were also present, with the older of the two siblings showing off a very slight profile in floral dresses. Now, Kylie, who's 3 years Kendall's junior, showed off her curves in a yellow number and has been very open about her experiences with surgery, but many think she's also using Ozempic to stay thin. English singer Ellie Goulding made an appearance as well, which is kind of funny because what? Like, how is she friends with the bride or groom? So many questions. But anyway, she was turning heads in a blue and white one piece that showed off her very toned arms and collarbones, fueling Ozempic rumors also. Not to be outdone, the belle of the ball, Lauren Sanchez, wore a very glitzy dress that kind of flared at the top, emphasizing an extremely slim waist. Now look, I'm not here to judge, but I am here to observe loudly, because when photos of Sanchez circulated, the internet collectively screamed, "Is she okay?" And look, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but this wasn't just giving fit and fabulous. It was giving low blood sugar. It was giving one grape for breakfast. It was giving, if I chew this mint too hard, I might pass out. Sanchez has been on the receiving end of a huge amount of surgery rumors over the years. Now, the speculations actually date back to 2005, before she and Bezos even became an item. Leonardo DiCaprio also looked considerably thinner as he arrived for the celebrations, although his method for recently transforming from tubby to trim kind of remains a mystery. And for whatever reason, he tried to hide his face the whole time with his hat as if no one would notice him. It was very weird behavior, but okay. Now, in recent months, fans have begun to speculate that Gayle King may have also used Ozempic to help aid in her weight loss. So of course, fans took to social media immediately to share their thoughts. Many just said, this looks like a plastic surgery or Ozempic convention. And let's be real, the real star of the wedding wasn't the bride or the trillion-dollar groom. It was Ozempic. Uninvited, unacknowledged, but clearly everywhere. Either way, Jeff, congrats on the wedding, and to the guests, blink twice if you're hungry. While Kelly Clarkson has been more private about her weight loss journey, she did disclose that she's taking something that aids in helping break down the sugar because her body doesn't do it right, and addressed the Ozempic rumor. She said, "My doctor chased me for 2 years and I was like, nope, I'm afraid of it. I already have thyroid problems. Everybody thinks it's Ozempic, but it's not. It's something else." Girl, it's Mounjaro, which is the GLP-1 medication, which is another brand of Ozempic. Come on now. But you look good, so okay, Sarah. Jelly Roll started his weight loss journey in 2022 at 540 pounds. By April 2025, he revealed he had lost nearly 200 pounds and hoped to lose another 100 pounds. He explained while on Jimmy Kimmel Live, saying, "For the non-fluffy people in the world, I would give y'all some educational course here. To do all the fun stuff in life, you've got to be under 250. I want to skydive. I want to ride a roller coaster. I want to ride a bull. Well, go ride that bull, Jelly Roll. Go ride that bull." Whoopi Goldberg has slimmed down a lot, and she's a ghost of her old self. While discussing the ABC special Winfrey produced about the topic of weight loss medication on The View, Whoopi Goldberg actually told the audience that she had lost weight herself with the help of Mounjaro. She said, "I will tell you, I weighed almost 300 pounds when I made Till," which is the 2022 film she acted in and produced. She added that she didn't realize the extent of her weight gain until one day she said, "I saw me and I thought, oh, that's a lot of me." She also urged compassion for anyone who has experienced weight gain or loss. Jazz Jennings. In June 2025, the I Am Jazz star from TLC Network shared a few updates with fans on her Instagram. She'd walked across the stage at her Harvard graduation ceremony, and she had a new look after losing 100 pounds. The selfies she shared were a culmination of the work she'd been putting in over the past 2 years, a weight loss journey. She had shared updates along the way. She said, "No matter my weight, I have always felt beautiful. However, losing this weight and prioritizing my health has created a shift within." Well, good on you, Jazz. Adele's quest for better mental health led to her weight loss, though the singer stressed that wasn't the end goal. She began working out as a way to manage her anxiety in 2018, and 3 years later, she was down 100 pounds. She said, "It became my time." She told Vogue of her intensive weightlifting and circuit training sessions at Heart and Hustle, a private gym in West Hollywood. She said, "I realized that when I was working out, I didn't have any anxiety. I was never about losing weight." Though David Harbour had fans swooning over his ripped physique in season 4 of Stranger Things, the actor said he doesn't see himself dropping weight for a role ever again. Harbour lost 80 pounds for season 4 of the Netflix show because his character, Jim Hopper, was held captive by Russians at a labor camp at the top of the season. To get the weight off, he took on intermittent fasting and Pilates, so he says. He said, "I lost about 80 pounds from season 3. I was about 270 then, and when we shot season 4, I was around 190. Well, stranger things have happened, so hey." Lizzo has finally admitted she's tried Ozempic for weight loss, but revealed what really worked for her. Lizzo feels good as hell without weight loss medication, allegedly. The singer admitted that she tried Ozempic and other GLP-1 medication, which is a class of meds primarily used to manage type 2 diabetes and obesity, before deciding that the method wasn't the most effective way for her to achieve her weight loss goals. Lizzo told host Trisha Paytas during a June 19 episode of the Just Trish podcast, saying, "I tried everything," before explaining why she wound up ditching GLP-1 medications early on in her journey. She continued to say, "Ozempic works because you eat less food, yeah? So if you eat right, it makes you feel full, but if you can just do that on your own and get mind over matter, it's the same thing." The 37-year-old, who has been documenting her weight loss journey since 2023, said she only started seeing the results she wanted when she made a simple change to her diet, which is eating meat. Interesting. She said, "What it did for me is I was not being vegan, because when I was vegan, I was consuming a lot of fake meats. I was eating a lot of bread, I was eating a lot of rice, and I had to eat a lot of it to stay full." However, adding meat back onto her menu allowed her to more easily consume products that contain less fake sugar and weird stuff. She continued to say, "When I started actually eating whole foods and eating like beef and chicken and fish, I was actually full and not expanding my stomach by putting a lot of fake things in there that wasn't actually filling me up." And as for people who do stick with taking Ozempic to achieve their goals, Lizzo urged critics to stop looking at their choice as cheating. She said, "It's not easy. It's a medication to help somebody with something they're struggling with." She added, "I think people, it's their way of being fat phobic when you're telling someone they're cheating." In April, Lizzo opened up about some of her healthy habits that have allowed her to reduce her body mass index by 10.5 and drop 16% of her body fat. One of the things that Lizzo noted is that she now opts for super savory foods instead of sugary stuff in the morning. She said, "I do something sweet, it's gotta be with some sort of like carb. I'll have like almond butter and toast." So everybody's, body is different. Find out what works for you. Adding that, what works across the board science-wise is calories in versus calories out. The singer also revealed that her weight loss journey became easier for her to manage due to a shift in mindset, as she was focusing more now on her health and wellness instead of other distractions. And to that point, she said, "I loved to distract myself with people. I love to distract myself with food. I love to distract myself with drinking. And I love to distract myself with problems that I would create. I would love to do that, and I stopped doing that, and I just focused on me." She finished off to say, "I'm not gonna lie and say I love my body every day. The bottom line is the way you feel about your body changes every single day. There are some days I adore my body, and others when I don't feel completely positive. Well, ain't that the truth? And yes, it does hurt. Ouch. But I'm happy for her. She looks great. And hey, whatever works, works. So cheers, Lizzo." I was born, but not yesterday. These celebrities have lied about being on Ozempic, and what's worse, they think we believe them. I'm exposing them, so follow along. Khloe Kardashian. My girl Khloe has repeatedly denied being on Ozempic for some time now. In 2023, the reality TV star posted photos of herself on Instagram, which sparked Ozempic accusations in the comments. Now, Khloe fired back in the comments saying, "Let's not discredit my years of working out. I get up 5 days a week at 6 a.m. to train. Please stop with your assumptions. I guess New Year still means mean people." Some fans have questioned Khloe's claims, while others have defended her. One person online who claims to be a fitness trainer slammed Khloe's claims of just having a healthy lifestyle and working out. They said, "Videos I've seen of Khloe show me that her form is horrible. A professional fitness trainer should have corrected that." Lizzo. This singer has repeatedly denied being on Ozempic. She has publicly stated that she achieved her weight loss through 5 months of weight training and a calorie deficit. She has directly addressed comments questioning whether she used Ozempic or another substance substance, expressing her annoyance at the speculation. Now, Lizzo has been open about her struggles with anxiety and emotional eating, which have influenced her approach to weight loss. Now, in March, Lizzo told the New York Times that she has been methodical, and losing weight very slowly, noting that she has been dieting and just exercising. She said, "I'm taking the time every day to put some love into my body. There is never a day when I regret taking a walk or doing some Pilates." She then added, "My body is nobody's business," which, yeah, true, but social media has dragged her and called her out, claiming she's 100% lying, and sources close to her have allegedly confirmed that she is taking Ozempic weekly in order to lose the weight. Alabama Barker. You may know her as Travis Barker's daughter or Kourtney Kardashian's stepdaughter, or you may just know her for her current beef with Miss, Catch Me Outside, Danielle Bregoli. Either way, Alabama Barker has joined the group of celebrities taking weight loss medication, but she has denied it religiously. Now, the daughter of Travis Barker and his ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, finally, though, did make an admission in a July 2024 selfie-style video that showed her applying her makeup. Now, this came months after she repeatedly denied being on anything to lose weight after fans kept dragging her through the mud to admit it. She said, "I have this thing where I photograph so ugly and people are like, oh my god, you're so fat and you're so ugly, and it's I see what you guys are seeing, but just meet me in person. I feel like I don't look like that." Now, in the next breath, however, she added, "But I am on a weight loss medication because I'm tired of being fat and photographing like a damn ogre." Although Alabama did not name what medication she's on, we are led to believe it's what everyone else has guessed all along, Ozempic. Now, there's a lot more where these came from. It seems like the whole of Hollywood is on something these days.